after inking a 6-year, $84 million deal. The reason why those sidebars are ignored in L.A. was Gary Sheffield's spring training tirades. He wanted to be traded, then he didn't want to be traded. He wanted to go to the Reds, and then he didn't want to go to the Reds. Sheff did end spring training wanting to be a Dodger. L.A. opens its season hosting Milwaukee. Gary said, "I understand the fans' reaction no matter what it may be." Top one, Jeff Jenkins, shot to left field. Sheffield, nice catch at the foul pole. Twisted ankle, but he would be okay. Top four, still scoreless. Jeremy Burnett strikes out. Richie Sexson still second. But watch his hand. Comes off the bag. Alex Cora dives at Sexson to tag them out. Top six, 1 out, 3-2 count. Chan-Ho Park rocks Jeremy Burnett to sleep. Going back to last season, Park extends his consecutive scoreless inning streak to 32. Bottom six, Jamie Wright pitching. Gary Sheffield getting his hit on. 280th career homer. He blasted 43 last year. Sheff even, he was booed early, then he got asked for a curtain call. Said one teammate, "He's not the enemy, he's our franchise player." Unbelievable. Dodgers beat the Brewers 1-0. Dodgers roll out the red carpet for Arizona tomorrow. Brewers play at Houston tomorrow. As for Sheff, he was booed the first 3 times up. Hits a homer, and he got a curtain call. Victo. Padres
this one because Bob Brenly's got his man on the mound. Randy Johnson scoreless. Matt Williams against Eric Gagne with a man on second. Jammed him, but he got enough on it to dump it to the left. It brings him Tony Womack. Diamondbacks got a 1-love lead early. Williams adds to his all-time Diamondback RBI lead. Here's Randy. It's pretty interesting, too. We just saw Zito. This is a very different style pitcher, and he is obviously as effective as anybody.
Get out to the ballpark and see the Diamondbacks.
Very different in style, but gets just as many swings and misses.
Oh, absolutely. 2 Ks so far for the unit. What I was going to say, too. Here's Gagne against Mark Grace, and Grace, who's hitting second in the lineup for Arizona, failed in his first at-bat, but here goes to the wall.
And you're going to see Grace get a lot of fastballs. He's a good fastball hitter. Right there, fastball he jumped on.
Bottom 3, 1-zip. Johnson, Grissom, painting 4 Ks to that point. He was cruising along until the 4th, and then Harold, they just shut the radio off.
Well, he started walking, guys. He got a little bit of trouble. Right here, he walks Sean Green on a slider away. And when Randy's not getting that slider over, then it seems like his whole body gets out of sync right there. Fastball got away. And Peter, you love this guy.
I love Paul LaDuca. He's like the poor man's Jason Kendall. But watching that, you thought he knew what was coming.
Well, I felt like to be able to catch up to a Randy Johnson ball above your neck, you got a pretty good tip on what's coming your way.
Good pitch there as Gracie gets pulled on a nasty inside cutter. Dodgers 2, Diamondbacks 1. They play the top of the 6th inning. Both starters still in this one, Randy and Gagne. Randy is over 100 pitches already. 64 strikes and 40 balls, so he's thrown 100.
Game number 1 for Arizona's new manager, Bob Brenly. Bottom of the first, one's at Diamondbacks, Randy Johnson. That's a good guy to have on your first day of work. Strikes out Marquise Grissom. Johnson's first strikeout of the year. He'll probably have more. Bottom of the second, Johnson facing Eric Karros. I'm a trained broadcast professional. See that? He had more than one. There goes Karros. Bottom of the third, one's at Diamondbacks, Johnson facing Grissom again. Now he's just picking on him. 4 Ks for Johnson at that point. Bottom of the fourth, one's at D-backs, Randy Johnson facing Paul LaDuca. And LaDuca, he gets some wood on. Big unit, gets a little bit up high in the zone. Sean Green's going to score. You have Rabelais scores. 2 ribs for DeLuca. The Dodgers go up 2-1. Top 6, the Dodgers leading 2-1. Greg Olson, the former Diamondback, on facing Tony Womack. Womack. It'd be a home run if we were playing on a silo. We're not. Tim Bogar chases it down. Oh, that's a web jam. An early season web jam. Top 7, 2-1 Dodgers. Jose Antonio Nunez, Luis Gonzalez. New baseball, 8 Dodgers. 2-run homer scores Mark Grace ahead of him. Logo is low gone. Bottom of the 8th, Brenly puts on Byung-Hyun Kim, who strikes out the side in the 8th. Brenly likes that. He also likes the final result, 3-2. Matt Manti comes on to get his first save. Randy Johnson struck out 10 through the first 7 innings, finished with 7 innings, 4 hits, and 2 earned runs. Mark Grace in his first game as a Dodger.
In Los Angeles, Curt Schilling. Good to see him on the mound. His first start of the year, 4th inning, tied at 1, facing Gary Sheffield. No contest. Schilling, 7 innings, 4 hits allowed, 2 runs allowed, 12 Ks. Diamondbacks up 6-2, Luis Gonzalez. Gonzo 3 for 5, 3 runs scored. His second home run of the game. Arizona makes it look so easy against the Dodgers, 7-2. For Arizona, this was the first game in the last 7 against the Dodgers that was not decided by a single run. For the Dodgers, Eric Karros, his first hit.
Tonight, Brian Kenny, Tim Kirkjian, Diamondbacks and Dodgers, and Brian Anderson facing the leadoff batter, Tom Goodwin. And I already had in mind, Goodwin on a 3-2, drills it out. His first of the year. Mark Grudzielanek would homer on the next pitch. Then, suicide squeeze, Andy Ashby is there, look out! Alex Cora up and over the top, touch the plate. He would eventually touch the plate. They get the out at first. This is Cora, sensational.
Right, this wasn't as great as Jason Kendall a few years ago, but this is pretty good. He had some real hang time there, knocked the umpire down and everything, came back and touched it, and Andy Ashby does a great job getting this bunt down. And it was a very buntable pitch, and in that situation, you don't want to give the pitcher anything he can bunt, throw it up and in or someplace where it's difficult, but he moved him up, and they got a couple runs in.
Yeah, and then Corey, smooth sailing for the Dodgers there. They're dancing 7-2 right now in the 7th. Corey, you saw, by the way, did get thrown out there at third base, but the Dodgers getting their run, so 7-2.
Road trip with 3 in L.A. Eric Karros Day, said L.A. Mayor Richard Reardon. In the first inning, Karros goes deep on Sean Estes. Just his second hit in 16 at-bats this season, passing Roy Campanella for third on the Dodgers list with 243 career home runs. Second inning, J.T. Snow up in foul territory. Phil Hyatt is on the top step. Noonan. Hyatt also 2 for 4 with an RBI. Fourth inning, Mark Grudzielanek facing Estes, and there it goes, his second of the day. Grudzielanek now with 3 homers in 2 games. Estes gave up 4 dingers. He allowed 7 runs on 9 hits in his season debut. Not a good night to be a Giants fan. Dodgers win big 10-1. Sean Estes drops to 3-7 in his career.
Shutout opening day going again Saturday in L.A. against Livan Hernandez. Bottom of the second, Dodgers down 2-0. Hernandez serves one up to Sean Green. That is out and gone to right center. Green's first home run of the season. He would add another later. Dodgers down 2-1. The very next batter is Eric Karros. And he delivers. To left center, Barry Bonds chases, but that's futility. Dodgers' third straight game with back-to-back home runs. We're tied at 2. Bottom of the third, Mark Grudzielanek showing some power. That home run goes to left center. His third home run in 2 games, 4th of the year. Mark only had 7 all of last year. The Dodgers win it by the score of 10-4. Livan Hernandez, bad line. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 8 earned runs with 5 home runs. Karros and Sean Green back-to-back homers in the second. Third straight game again, the Dodgers have done that, have back-to-back home runs. The first team to do it since '96. The last team to do it, the Dodgers. Expos looking for 2 straight wins at home here.
Pick it up in the second. Armando Rios had a pretty good day. He's on first. Eric Gagne facing Russ Davis. Davis parks it. 2-run shot. 2-0 Giants. Rios, by the way, was 3 for 4, scored 3 times. Here in the 6th, it's 4-1. 2 men on for Davis. Davis gets a good piece of this. Gary Sheffield couldn't bring that in. Davis 2 for 4, drives in 4. The Giants beat the Dodgers 8-3 the final. Dodgers had back-to-back 10-run games coming in, but San Francisco avoids the sweep. Kirk Reeder working on 3 days rest. Think about it. It's April 8th. Hey, we need you, Kirk. Not a good side, but he's in this one and he gets the win.
Harold Reynolds and Peter Gammons. Kevin Brown facing Curt Schilling in the best pitching matchup of the 2001 season. Right off the bat, Peter Schilling was on.
Well, he was, but Schilling is Harold's man tonight.
Well, you know what? The thing I liked about Schilling is he's going to exploit the strike zone. He kept it down early. You see a lot of splits. You see a lot of breaking pitches. Then all of a sudden, he decided to go higher. But Kevin Brown had a pretty good game.
Well, this is amazing. After he pulled that Achilles, he was limping all over Dodgertown, but kept throwing every day. Strikes out Steve Finley with a fastball. Strikes out Matt Williams swinging another fastball. There, boy, just runs that ball in inside corner on Mark Grace. 8 strikeouts for Brown.
In the 6th, Schilling had a perfect game going, 1-0, and then Oladuka singles to right to break it up. Bottom 7, 1-zip, swing and a drive. Luis Gonzalez, look at how far this ball travels. He leads the world at home runs with 6. Diamondbacks up 2-zip. Tom Goodwin to first. Grace smothers. Schilling off the mound as soon as he saw the ball hit the bat. 2 down. Next batter, Grudzielanek. If you showed up late for this game or got in a traffic jam, you'd missed about 7 innings of it. Schilling, 9 innings, 2 hits, 10 Ks, 93 pitches. This game took no time. 181 pitches total, which is 21 fewer than any 9-inning game last season. The Diamondbacks take care of the Dodgers by a final score of 2-zip. Whew, what a terrific game, and welcome to baseball tonight. Harold Reynolds is there, Peter Gammons is here. I mean, as advertised, it actually turned out to be just that. Kevin Brown off the Achilles injury was good. Curt Schilling off of no injury was absolutely great. You want to talk about Schilling a little bit more? Go ahead.
Well, he was phenomenal, and we talked about him before in the early show. The thing that he does so well is he continues to climb the ladder, and Peter touched on it, the fact that he's got a good curveball working now, but he's throwing the split, when he throws the fastball. I explained this about Roger Clemens. When you're hitting, you're facing a guy who throws a high fastball. You have a tendency to lay off a high split because it leaves the hand with the same motion as a fastball. When you see a fastball that starts about waist high and it ends up being a split, that's when you get that crazy swing and you see guys off balance. That's what Curt Schilling had working for him tonight. And then he got the hitters looking all over the strike zone. He started a ball here, then he went here, and then by the end of the night, he had guys chasing balls totally out of zone, just totally dominated, Peter.
And overshadowed Brown.
Well, he did, but not from the Dodgers standpoint, because it is so important for the Dodgers just to have Kevin Brown out front now. Chandler Park's on his way to having a great season, and they've got Ashby and they've got Dreifert, and they have a lot of depth with kids like Gagne and Prokopec. But Kevin Brown's one of the 3 or 4 best pitchers in baseball. Listen, I was there when he hurt the Achilles. I watched him limp around and then throw and go, oh, I can pitch, I can pitch. This guy is so tough. For him to come back the way he did in this game and have the dominant stuff that he did is absolutely amazing.
He was great.
And it looks like he'll be right off to another 20-win season.
Harold's antsy to talk a little bit more about this. I promise later in the show we'll expand. 138 of the 181 pitches in this puppy were for strikes. There was absolutely no wasted pitches. In fact, Schilling didn't go to 3 balls on any one of the Dodger hitters, which is just unbelievable.
He just came focused. And you know, the thing about Curt Schilling, he's got such a nice, easy motion. Let's just kind of walk you through it. Pick it up in the first. Gets Gary Sheffield, one of the quickest bats in the league. Throws a fastball by him. He changes speeds on a little cut curveball, it looked like. A little breaker down right there. And then Shep thought he might get that pitch. That's the one you want as a hitter. And he knows, man, I am right there. That's a sign of how hard a guy is throwing when you know you got a fastball coming and you can't catch up to it.
And Kevin Brown had that really hard sinker. Tony Womack grounds over to third. Chris Donalds. There, another ground ball. Louis Gomez just way out in front. Split. And, you know, he's got to have good infield defense because he overpowers guys so much they don't hit the ball hard enough. And there he makes the throw. Eric Karros drops it. But it turned a double play. That's something the Dodgers worked on day after day after day in spring training. Defensive fundamentals.
And let's pick up Schilling against Tom Goodwin. I'm just going to overmatch you right here. Fastball, fastball, split.
Alicia.
And there's one mistake. And Louis Gonzalez, who is really swinging the bat, makes him pay for that one mistake. It must be nice to pitch a game and only make one mistake.
Well, and then to close it out, Goodwin finally gets the ball and hit. He drives it by him, but Grace with a great defensive play. Then Gruzelanek, who has 5 home runs already, on fire. See how he climbed the ladder with the fastball. When you got that ball exploding, you're not going to catch up to it. And right there, he got the high fastball. So impressed with the easy motion and the explosion that Curt Schilling had.
You know, pitchers sometimes get offended when you say it's Schilling against Brown. Then they say, it's not Schilling against Brown, it's Schilling against this team, and it's Brown against the Diamondbacks. But these two definitely appreciate the other so much, and they know who the opposing pitcher is, don't they?
Well, I don't care. When you have 2 great pitchers, that's one of the things in baseball that you relish most. I mean, whether it's Schilling against Brown, this weekend, Martinez against Clemens, let's face it, that's what everybody wants to see.
And that's one of the rare things you'll see in Arizona. Randy Johnson went the other day. Kevin Brown would have been facing normally somebody else's number 2. But Curt Schilling is not a number 2. That's the one intangible thing he brings to Arizona staff, where you got back-to-back number 1 quality pitchers going against each other.
Well, in this one, 73 strikes, 93 pitches. Since the start of the 2000 season, percentage of pitches that were strikes, Curt Schilling, 3 of the top 5. So there's a lot of efficiency when he goes to the
55 minutes Tuesday night. Top first, no score. There's a score. Gary Sheffield whistling one into the seats at Bob, his second homer of the year, 1-zip Dodgers. Next batter, Eric Karros. He was watching very closely from the on-deck circle. That's headed to the pool. And not close. Hits the fan in the head. Ouch. Back-to-back homers. 2-0 Dodgers. It's now 8-0, top four. Miguel Batista gets chucked immediately for throwing behind Mark Grudzielanik's head. Scott Higgins has to explain that to Bob Brenly. I don't know if he did it to his satisfaction. Gary Sheffield off the spring guy, Russ Springer. 20th multi-homer game of Sheffield's career. It's 11-0 Dodgers. Top five, and Darren Dreifert, gives Tony Womack a little lab workout. Down he goes in pain. Dreifert not tossed. Now Brenly wants to know what the deal is with that. All he knows is his team lost 11-5. It's the only explanation we have for it. Brian Anderson lasted just 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned, allowed 3 homers. Just roughed up for the second time by LA this season. It was the smallest crowd in Bank One Ballpark. 25,974 to the odds. 2 runs Tuesday, 16 runs, 16 hits Wednesday, and on Thursday, more runs. Sean Green. That's his second of the night, a 3-run homer, his second multi-homer game of the year. He had 2 all last season. Armando Reynoso is not feeling happy. Bottom third, Luis Gonzalez. Low go is low gone. That's headed to the picnic area. Everybody eat up. Gonzo's major league leading 7th. D-backs cut it to 4-1. Greg Colburn hacking off Jeff Shaw. 2-run shot. D-backs get it down to 5-4 in the 9th. Next guy up, Gonzo. Oh, we got ourselves a duel. A little drama at the Bob, and Shaw, high heat, whiffs logo, and the Dodgers hold on to win it 5-4, take 2 of 3 in this series. D-backs have lost 6 of 7 since opening 2-zip. The Dodgers set a franchise record for most home runs in the first 10 games of the year with 21.
Plate, facing Woody Williams. Top of the third, 2 outs, 1 on. All to be a clutch player. You know, they're booing him in San Diego, but that's because they're rooting for the Padres. Long gone. 2-0 in favor of L.A. Top of the 6th, man on first and second. So that would be men on first and second. 1 out, and Chris Donalds hits the liner. Ryan Klesko throws it into left field. Sheffield comes in to score on the air. It's tied at 3. This game's in the bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. Home team's up. Alex Arias hits the ball to... My sheet says left field, but I'm going to say that's right. That's where Dave Winfield used to hang out. He's the Hall of Famer. Padres win. Padres win. 5-4. And that's what happened there.
Going to the Hall of Fame as a Padre. More on that in a minute. Top of the first, no score, 1 on, 1 out. Gary Sheffield. 2-run shot off Brian Tolberg. Dodgers jump out to the quick lead. More from Sheff in the 8th. Off Tom Davey. This looks awfully familiar. Sheffield has 6 on the year. Tied at 4. It's that way in the bottom of the 9th. Runners at second and third. Alex Arias pops one to right. It's a foul ball. Mike Dar tagging from third. Sean Green with the throw late. Dar beats it for the win. Alex Arias, a game-winning RBI on back-to-back nights. With Sheff's 2 bombs, the Dodgers have hit 24 home runs, most in the majors. Sunday, Kevin Brown will make his second start for L.A. against Kevin Jarvis.
Here you go. Fans have to scatter after the bee swarm there. And Kevin Brown, Dodgers ace, gets plunked with a fastball in that left elbow. Kind of a delayed reaction here. Brown with the bruised elbow had to leave the game, but now listed as day-to-day, does not think he'll miss his next start. Later in the same inning, this is the 6th, bases loaded. Tom Goodwin comes through, rips the shot to right center. Double scores 2 to tie it at 4. Gary Sheffield follows with a sac fly, giving the Dodgers the 5-4 lead. So it's up to Jeff Shaw to close it out. Tying run at second, Shaw. It's Ben Davis with the heater. Now 2 down, Damian Jackson. Got him. Great pitch. Corner, knees. The Dodgers win at 5-4. They get the win while their ace, Kevin Brown, wonders why he's been cursed. Missed time last year after being hit by a pitch. Missed his opening start this year due to a bad Achilles. Now this, he says, if anyone out there wants to share a good luck horseshoe, I'll take it.
Or leave Terry Adams on the mound. Rich Aurelia had just tripled. It looks like Adams is going to go against Bonds.
But it's a spot where the Giants don't need a home run. They need to get the tying run home from third. The infield is back, and there's ball 1 to Bonds. The Dodgers infield is deep all the way around, except for the third baseman, Bill Hyatt, who's right near the bag. So a ground ball almost anywhere in the infield would tie this game up. Or a fly ball to the outfield. So Bonds doesn't even get a hit, much less a home run, to be very productive in this at-bat. Bonds 2 for 6 with a home run lifetime against Terry Adams. 2-0. You get the right-handed hitter Kent on deck. National League MVP last year. In fact, the top 2 MVP vote getters a year ago, Barry Bonds and the MVP Kent, the 2 hitters coming up here. Nobody out.
Deep to right field. This one is on its way to McCovey Cove. Number 500. It's into the water.
Unbelievable. Bonds has hit the historic 500th homer, the 17th man in history. He joins his godfather, Willie Mays. He joins Willie McCovey and Mel Ott, the 4th Giant to do it. And in so doing, he has put the Giants ahead of the Dodgers. His dad, Bobby Bonds. His wife Liz. Brother. Bonds Jr. Barry wanted his family to be here. Share it with him. His mother. What a moment. Bob Rose, the Giants front office, and now Willie McCovey and Willie Mays, 2 other members of that select club, the most select club in all of baseball. The 500 home run club, 2 of its most august members, Mays and McCovey. Now to share the moment with the newest member of the club, Barry Bonds. Willie McCovey, who paid for his baseball greatness with knee problems, out there, and of course Willie Mays, the Bonds left, 660 home runs, perhaps the greatest of all time. And there are the 3 living members of the Giants 500 home run family, McCovey, Bonds, and Mays.
Well, how great a shot was that? Mays, McCovey, Barry Bonds, not to mention the shot itself. Barry Bonds into McCovey Cove, which seems so appropriate against the Los Angeles Dodgers. First time in his career he's homered in 5 straight games. It gives you chills.
Well, just like his godfather, Willie Mays. Mays hit his 499th and hit his 500th the next game he played. Bonds hit his 499th, 500 next game he played.
And, of course, it put them ahead.
All right, it was special. One more look at Barry Bonds, career home run number 5.
Let's see the complete game. Bottom 1, Barry Bonds, Darren Dreifort. Had him hypnotized. Jeff Kent, single. Marvin Bernard will score. We have a tie game at 1. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd. Bonds is second at bat. Still Darren Dreifort in there this time. Oh, this time I think we got it. Do we have it? I mean, it looks like it's far enough, right? But Gary Sheffield says, no, there's no history here. You're going to have to wait.
Tease me.
Wait.
Nobody out.
Deep to right field. This one is on its way to McCovey Cove. Number 500. It's into the water.
For the love of Cooperstown, Bonds number 500, the 17th to do that. He did it off of Terry Adams. Once he got Dreifort out of there, it was all good. He gets a hug from his dad, Bobby, and then Bonds would pose with a couple other Giant 500 home run hitters in McCovey and Mays. Oh, back to the game. 2 outs, runner on 3rd for the Dodgers. Rob Nen taking care of business, striking out Gary Sheffield. Game over. Giants win. Barry Bonds makes history. It's a perfect night at Pac Bell. So Bonds has homered in a career-high and Major League season-high 5 games, 5 straight games. 6 of Bonds' 10 hits this season, homers. He becomes the 4th player to reach the 500 homer mark in a Giants uniform, joining Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Mel Ott. Yanks and Red Sox are the only other teams with 2 players to do it. Oh, yeah, Sean Estes, 8 Ks, 2
Night, Marvin Bernard at the plate. That is a high fly ball to left field. Gary Sheffield cannot handle it. That would lead to a double. Next man up, Rich Aurelia. Facing Chan Ho Park, and boy, all the little things. When they happen, when it rains, sometimes it pours. And this is raining. It's a rainmaker into the seats. 2-run shot ties the game up at 4. Aurelia, 3 homers this season. Now, Barry Bonds stepped up next, dug in, looking at Chan Ho Park's first pitch. 5-0-1 into the bay. Last night, number 500. On Wednesday night, Bonds jacks another one. He has homered now in 6 straight games, the first National League player to do that since Greg Nettles did it for the Padres in 1984. Been a long time, and Bonds is on a good roll right now. So are the Giants. They win it 5-4. They are a perfect 5-0 at home so far this season.
Leader on the mound, Marquise Grissom. Goodbye. Dodgers up 1-0. Nice greeting for Kirk on his first battery phase. Bottom 3, we're tied at 1. Rich Aurelia driving it opposite way. Sean Green. Boy, that yoga really pays off. Take another look. Maybe it's not the yoga that does it. Could be just skill. Top of the 4th, Jeff Rebele. The bunt. Rebele gets thrown out at first, but Paul DeLuca comes in to score. Heads up play. Dodgers up 3-1. Look at the replay. Kirk Reeder didn't check the runner back to 3rd. No chance for the out at home. Bottom 6, Giants down 8-1. Eric Gagne facing Barry Bonds. The home run streak. No more. Dodgers win, actually beat the Giants 10-1. Bonds 1 for 3, so that homer streak ends at 6 straight games. Rich Aurelia 1 for 4, extending his hitting streak to 13 games. But for the Dodgers, Marquise Grissom led off the game with a homer, the 16th time he's done that, by the way, in his career. 2 hits for Mark Grudzielanek.
They're from the first teammates in their 40s to play in the same Major League outfield since the Tigers of 45. It was Kramer and Hostetler. Here, Gwynn down the left field line. Gary Sheffield fires the second. Gwynn limping in, slides in, but the throw beats him. Gwynn had to leave the game with a hamstring injury right there. Bottom 7, 2-1 Dodgers, Gary Sheffield. Sending it into center field. In comes Tom Goodwin. 3-1 Dodgers. That's your final. Goodness, 6 through that slot. Home team better.
Left. It's a cold blue for PFC Santiago Perez. My bad. Perez charged with an error. Donalds goes to second. Perez also went 0 for 5 at the plate. Next batter, Chad Kruder. Strikes out, but Wiki Gonzalez can't hold on to the wild pitch. Runners advance. Still no one out. Tying run comes up. 2 batters later, Jeff Rebele. Pinch hitting. 200 consecutive games for Rebele without a home run, and he yokes it to left. Perez goes back, but the same fan is at this ball game.
He just went down the coast.
Take another look. It looks like fan interference with Perez, but it's ruled a game-tying homer. Rebele, 15th career homer in his 800th career game.
That's a bad call.
Bad call. Bruce Bochy argued and got tossed. Bottom 10, bases loaded. Jay Watasic pitching. Tom Goodwin strikes out, but he got hit. That could have won the game for the Dodgers. Top 11 runner at second. Bubba Trammell getting his rake on. His 3rd double of the year, scores Phil Nevin. Padres win it 7-6. Trevor Hoffman blew his first save of the year, but this was only a second save situation. Hoffman's averaged 41 saves the last 6 seasons. Did a SportsCenter commercial himself. Dodgers hit back-to-back homers for the 5th time this year, matching last year's back-to-back quota already.
Go to Cincinnati for the Reds and Mets. Elmer descends on the mound, top of the 2nd.
Smokes one. Takes Chan Ho Park out of the park. Vanderwall's 4th of the year. Pirates take a 3-0 lead. Bottom 4, same score. Omar Olivares is cruising. Just saw Sheffield off, right off his cuticles. Olivares yelled 2 hits in the first 4 innings. Bottom 5, still 3-0. Dodgers have men on first and second, nobody out. Hard trying to get down the bunt. He doesn't get it done. 1 gone. Tom Goodwin now stepping up. Right at Kevin Young, and that's a double play, and that's the way you get out of the inning, and the Pirates did, and the Pirates beat the Dodgers 5-1 the final in that one. Young 2 for 4.
in RBIs, average now up to 327. Pittsburgh really hasn't been playing well of late, just his third win in the last 10 games. Jason Kendall has a hit in 9 of 10 games.
The bases are full. And at the plate will be Aramis Ramirez. Ramirez likes the pitch by Eric Gagne. Jason Kendall would score. Gary Sheffield, a complete player, nailing Derek Bell at the plate. 2 outs to run in. Next batter, KY, Kevin Young. John Vanderwall from second, testing Sheffield's arm, and Pena making the tag. 2 straight outfield assists for Sheff. Pirates score a run on 4 hits in the first. Hiram Boca Chica down the line. Tom Goodwin rounding second. Check out the spot shadow. Goodwin is going to lose his shoe as he heads to third. You know, Goodwin didn't even miss a beat. And he scores. Let's call him shoeless now. Pirates still lead 3-2, but we're tied at 5. Bottom of the 9th, Mark Grudzielanek drilling it right into the gap. Grudzielanek will get to third on the triple. Look out, the Dodgers have the winning run on third. See? Pena. Wild is Manzanillo. Past Kendall. Grudzielanek would score, and Dodgers win in dramatic fashion. Whatever it takes for the Dodgers to get a win nowadays. Wow. Okay, Ramon Martinez facing his old team, by the way. 5 innings. 4 hits allowed, 5 runs, and 5 walks allowed against his former team, the Dodgers. Sean Green, a 3-run homer as L.A. snaps a 2-game losing streak.
It's an RBI single. Hiram Boca Chica, that's an RBI single. Marquise Grissom, I sense a pattern here, RBI single. Chad Cooter, an RBI single. Alex Cora then, RBI single, driving in Marquise Grissom. So L.A. 6 singles, scoring 5 runs in the 6th. And that pretty much was that, as L.A. wins at 6-3. Kevin Brown, 7 innings of work, gives up just 1 earned run, scatters 4 hits, strikes out 7. ERA actually rising from .93 to 1.03. Brown has yet to allow more than 1 earned run.
More in the game. That one tied at 2-2. Into the 5th, same score. Tom Goodwin knocks in a run, and he's thinking about going for 2, but Burrell up and gunning and got him, despite that little 2-step at the end. Dodgers up 3-2.
Brian Hunter comes
into the
out
7th. When Marlon Anderson goes yard, dead center. We're all knotted up at 3. Anderson, 2 for 3 in this one. Bottom 9. Dave Hansen at third. Alex Cora lifts the fly to left, and it is deep enough to score Hansen. Dodgers end up with a 4-3 win.
Braves and Diamondbacks from the bottom.
Back on his back, bottom of the 5th. Darren Dreifert puts the Dodgers on his back. The pitcher goes deep, contributing to his favorite charity. The solo home run for Dreifert. Phillies still up 1, though, in the bottom of the 6th. 2 men on. Chris Donalds off Vicente Padilla. That scores Sean Green. Hey, Alex Cora, welcome home as well. 5-4 Dodgers. Top of the 8th, now 6-4. Marlon Anderson.
And there's a drive into right field. And
makes Matt Hurgis wish his parents had never been in the same room. A 2-run home run ties it at 6. In the bottom of the 8th, Alex Cora drove in the winning run Friday night with the sac fly, the soft single, and the winning run again by Alex Cora. The Dodgers win it 7-6. Jeff Shaw came on in the 9th to get his 7th save. The top of the Dodgers lineup, Tom Goodwin and Jeff Reboulet. 5 for 8, a home run, 3 RBI.
Just fine. Very quietly, which is unlike them, though not unlike their new manager, the Dodgers have the best pitching in the league and the 2nd best record. What a difference a month makes. How could a March that saw Gary Sheffield alienate himself from everyone and Adrian Beltre undergo a 2nd abdominal surgery lead to the Dodgers' best April in 17 years?
So it's a convention of K's out here and a lot of zeros.
Chan-Ho Park's bid for a no-hitter Sunday was not meant to be, but the winning ways of these Dodgers just might be. They've won 5 straight, 8 of their last 9. Who would have predicted L.A. would be sitting atop the West to start the month of May?
As the Dodgers of Austin and Lasorda announced their new skipper, and the majority of the sports world said, who?
Gary Sheffield sits somewhere in California tonight demanding a trade from the Dodgers.
Kevin Malone is out as Dodgers GM. Dave Wallace takes over on an interim basis.
Not too long ago, the storied Dodgers looked to a nameless, almost faceless Jim Tracy to turn their ship around. Franchise staple Gary Sheffield was feeling underpaid and underappreciated. He wanted out. And high-profile general manager Kevin Malone was ousted after admitting he challenged a Padres fan to a fight. Despite all that, something is clearly clicking for the Dodgers in La La Land.
Ball gets past. Brusolanic's going to score easily, and the Dodgers win.
Tracy has led his team to a 15-10 record. Sheffield is producing and claims he'd like to be a Dodger for life. And the Malone incident proved only to be a minor distraction.
Good pitch, strikes out Pat Mears.
The Dodgers continue to win the old-fashioned way. They have a team ERA of 3.46, best in the National League. Opponents hit just .215 against them, lowest in the majors. The Dodgers have issued the fewest walks and are tied with the Cubs for the most strikeouts in Major League Baseball. These Dodgers don't seem too blue anymore.
All right, joining now is Peter Gammons. He knows a lot about baseball. We'll get to the Dodgers in just a second, but first, Deion Sanders. Very interesting to see him come back and maybe devote it all now to baseball. He's killing the ball in AAA. Is that going to carry over to the majors?
Well, we don't know that because he hasn't played regularly.
Peter, we're paying you to know.
Okay, this is what we do know. We do know that he brings up a lot of speed, a lot of life. He brings a lot of excitement at a time when Junior Griffey's out, and I think what he does when Griffey comes back is he has such a great sense of humor and such a clubhouse presence that he takes some of the pressure that Griffey seems to put on his shoulders. I think he really lightens up that team. But there's a lot of excitement with him. I think this is the first time he's ever put his career focus on baseball, and I think we might actually see him be a lot better player than the guy with the .328 lifetime on-base percentage.
Oh, you talk about Deion lightening the mood. The Dodgers didn't seem to be having any fun whatsoever in spring training and early in the season, but now they've come around to right the ship. Is that going to continue?
You know, I look at that team and I say, how in the world? They won a game last week with Phil Hyatt playing third and Chris Donald's playing first. I mean, you and I might go out as much as I like Chris Donald's, but they have great pitching, and their pitching hasn't even really gotten as good as it can be, but they have dominant starting pitching, and they get Adrian Beltre back in about 2 weeks, even though he hasn't quite put on all the weight that he lost during all that operation. But they need some parts. They need another middle infielder. They probably need a center fielder. They may need a little help here or there. Jesse Orosco is probably going to come back, but that's still a very good team in a division with 4 teams that are almost exactly equal.
All right, Peter, thanks for talking with us. We'll see you on Baseball Tonight at, what, 10 and midnight Eastern tonight?
And 3.
Okay.
Major League Baseball not there to replace Ken Griffey Jr., though on this night, Ken Griffey Jr. probably would have taken a backseat to what Mr. Sanders was doing. Take a highlights in the Deion warming up. First pitch he sees, he laces a single into center field. That came in the first. Deion Sanders, second pitch he sees with 2 on. Ding dong, pitch dead.
Harold, how is he getting his hands out that quickly on that pitch?
Absolutely just lightning through the zone. You know, he's really worked on his swing a lot, and he's stronger than most people think, too.
And not pull the ball foul, kept it fair. This is where things went awry. Not an error, ruled a hit. Wohlers is in. Earlier in the inning, he had an error. And in a 6-3 game, guess what? All runs unearned, but that would clear the bases. 6-6. Deion's night, perhaps, getting ruined. Safe at the plate, barely. It's 6-6. Look who it is again. Prime time, third at bat. He laid down a bunt. He beat it out.
Then he got
meat hook.
The sacrifice bunt to move it over, set up this run right here by Dimitri driving in Larkin.
7-6 Reds. Deion 3 for 3 at that point. You see right there, Larkin having fun with him at the end of the game. There's a different attitude about the Cincinnati Reds, and you saw it immediately with Sanders' presence. 2 runs, 3 RBIs. Aaron Boone, 3 for 4, his 4th home run, 2 more runs batted in.
When you look at that team, when you've got Primetime, Junior, Pokey Reese, Barry Larkin on a $45 million payroll, that's about as much entertainment dollar as you can get.
Reds have scored at least 7 runs in 7 straight games. Deion also says, don't look for home runs. That's not part of my game. That's not what I am about. What is he about?
You got to understand how moved I was. I mean, teary moved. Because, for one, I've never received the ovation in this game, or I don't feel like any game. And I think the fans realize a love and a joy and a peace that I have in this city. And just to show me that there was love, that's the first time, I think, in sports that I really felt appreciated for once.
Well, rather remarkable to hear that from a guy who has faced as many applause.
Field, who gave him a 30-second standing ovation, was an appreciation Deion said he never felt before in his life. Never, Deion? You mean what comes with winning 2 Super Bowls and being an 8-time Pro Bowl cornerback? Never compared to the ovation Primetime got following his 3-for-3 homer and stolen base return to the Reds? Wonder what an encore would mean to Deion. To the action, Dodgers manager Jim Tracy looking for a win in Cincy. First pitch, Marquise Grissom. His 17th career leadoff homer, 4th home run this year overall. Dodgers up 1-0. Still in the first, 1-on-2 out, Eric Karros. Karros, not scared of heights. Karros is 5th of the year. Dodgers were up 3-0. Would the onslaught continue? Bottom 1, Kevin Brown facing Deion Sanders. No encore this time, folks. Sanders 0 for 5. He couldn't hit the ball out of the infield against Brown. Top of the second, base is empty, 1 out. Dodgers lead 3-0 on Pete Harnisch, and no, you gotta be, no. The pitcher, Kevin Brown, 4 homers off of Pete Harnisch in this game. 3rd time that's happened to Pete in his career. Bottom of the 8th, 1-on-2 out, Dimitri Young. Grissom. Good timing. Dodgers win 7-3. Helping in the onslaught, ESPN The Magazine's cover boy, Gary Sheffield, also went deep for his 8th home run. Kevin Brown, he wins his 4th straight start. Didn't allow Deion Sanders to reach base, allowing just 5 hits in 7 innings. Dodgers have won 6 of 7. 3rd time this season they've hit 5 homers in a game. As for Pete Harnisch, he says he's fine, despite word is that he's bothered by arm and elbow soreness.
Kevin Malone says the Dodgers have done him wrong. In a media conference today, Malone said there was a, quote, pattern of mistruths and misrepresentations regarding the way he did his job and the way he would lose his job. Malone also says he was not the aggressor in that altercation with that Padre fan, says he has witnesses to prove it.
Was the account of the incident in San Diego accurately reported? The simple answer is no. No challenge to fight was made by me. I never raised my voice. My son sat next to me. Other Padre fans next to me said I was calm, and the loud, belligerent Padres fan was out of line.
Well, Malone has to watch his Dodgers now occupying 1st place in the NL West. Here, Dodgers and Reds. Barry Larkin running to 2nd on a ground ball. Slides in. Some tightness in his groin muscle. He'll have to leave the game in the 3rd inning. So he's sitting this one out. In the 2nd, they lose 1 more. Luke Prokopec, the pitcher, drills Aaron Boone. Boone would also leave the game. In the 3rd, Chris Reitsma and Gary Sheffield. Little message?
He's just pitching inside. That ball's in the head area, which Sheffield dives in the plate anyway, but Gary's not going to back off of that.
Yeah, no, indeed. And that's on the outside part of the plate. Back up the middle base hit. Sheffield. Base hit there. 2 runs coming in. Goodwin, Grudzielanek. Dodgers take a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the 3rd, bases loaded for Deion. Now, Luke Prokopec, rookie out of Australia, facing the man who came in with such a splash. But here, popped him up. And Deion Sanders would be 0 for 5 on the night. Go to the bottom of the 9th now. Reds down 2. Bases are loaded. Here we go. Jeff Shaw facing Donnie Sadler. Sadler in for Boone, who had to go out. 2-2, 2 out. He struck him out, and Shaw closes this one out.
Jeff Shaw's the type of guy you like to see at the end. He's a guy that's going to have more than one way to get you out. He's not sporting a great fastball. He'll sink the ball. He'll throw the slider. He'll throw the split. A guy you can trust a game to. He's having a good year for them.
And Dodgers have won 7 of 8. Eric Karros, 2 for 4, 4 RBIs. Passes Roy Campanella for 7th place on the dot
field with the fastball, but home plate umpire C.B. Buckner called it a ball. Don Baylor didn't like it. Next pitch, Farnsworth gets Sheffield swinging anyway. 4-0 Cubs win it. Kevin Tapani 7 innings to improve to 4-1.
Engaged in an ugly brawl with Cubs fans at Wrigley. On Saturday, the Cubs cut out the middleman and went after the Dodgers pitchers themselves. The Cubs were wielding large wooden sticks. It hardly seemed fair. I got to warn you, the following video is somewhat graphic in nature. Let the carnage begin. First off, Julian Tavares' first game since being fined for anti-gay comments in San Francisco. And Gary Sheffield got a good look at that one. Tavares, 7 innings, struck out 8, allowed just 1 earned run. Sammy with a man on, and he scrapes him right off. His 10th of the season, 2 zip cuffs. And look how excited Sammy is.
Amazing.
He's fired up.
You do that.
Bottom 7, Cubs up 4-1. Ron Coomer off the glove of Terry Adams, and Alex Cora mangles it. Everyone's safe on the Cora error. Later in the 7th, Adams facing Risky Gutierrez. The bunt. No, that's not working. The lug nuts are loosening. The wheel's about to come off. Sosa back up the middle. Gutierrez scores his 8-1 Cubs. Adams gave up 7 earned, didn't retire a batter. Bring on Jose Nunez and bring on Julio Zeleda. The 3-run jack. 12-1 Cubs, 8 runs in the 7th. Here's where the game takes on a surreal quality. In the 8th, 2 on for Sosa. Nunez, down that line he goes. 13-1 Cubs. The Cubs batter out. It's Sosa again. The bomb to left, and just foul. Let's gather ourselves. Next pitch. And Nunez walks Sosa, brings in another run. 20-1 Cubs is the final. The Cubs playing crazy 8s. Snowmen in the 7th and 8th. It was the Dodgers' worst loss since the team moved to L.A. 43 years ago. Tavares lowers his NL leading ERA to 1.49. On the flip side, there's poor Jose Nunez, who was left out there to give up 9 runs, 5 earned in 1 2/3. Don Baylor said he felt sorry for the guy.
Giants, Phillies, top 5. Benito.
Swept by the Cubs, lost Saturday 20-1. That's why the Dodgers are glad they have Kevin Brown. He could stop any drought. He's won his last 4 starts, struck out 22 in his last 25 innings. Opponents hitting .217 against him. Good luck, Florida. Brown on his game again. Dodgers trying to get some runs for him early, but A.J. Burnett K's Eric Karros with the bases loaded. This one scoreless into the 4th. Brown fielding the position, fends off the liner, and it makes the play at first.
And did he take
into the 5th. Brown still in there.
Whoa.
Facing Charles Johnson.
1 and 2 to Charles.
His old battery mate. Brown gets him. Get a no-hitter into the 6th. Luis Castillo, the chop. Mark Grusolanic coming on. Didn't field it clean, kind of juggled it a little bit close at first. But he's safe, and there goes the no-hitter. And there goes the shutout for Burnett as Gary Sheffield connects. Solo shot for the Chef. Dodgers up 1 zip. Into the 8th. Brown cruising. Here's Kevin Millar, then Mike Lowell down swinging. Sheffield homer stands up as the Dodgers win it 1 zip. Kevin Brown with his 5th straight win. He goes 8 shutout innings. Gave up just 2 hits, struck out a season-high 10.
Reds and Diamonds.
Dodger fan. We don't want to hear what you say about this. Derek Lee off Luke Prokopic. 5-0 Fish. The Dodgers come back to Mark Grusolanic. Taking Brad Penny. Yard. 2-run shot. It's a 5-2 score. To the 8th inning now. 6-3 the count. Gary Sheffield with the man aboard. Facing Dan Maselli.
Struck out over 100 times in a season.
And that's not coming back. Dodgers within 1. 6-5. Marlins get 1, Dodgers get another, so it's 7-6 now, bottom of the 9th. Sean Green facing Antonio Alfonseca. Green going deep to left center field. With men on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs, but Preston Wilson is there, and the Marlins hang on 7-6 the win.
Bum 6-game winning streak Monday, so everybody wanted Preston Wilson's autograph. 2nd inning, former driller Chad Kruger. Look at that, right to Luis Castillo, Alex Gonzalez, and defense is fun when you can turn a double play. 4th inning, 1 zip LA, 2 on for Mark Grusolanic. Matched last year's total for home runs with a 7th. Except this isn't it. Nice catch by Eric Owens, and then, yeah, them ball caps don't come with face masks. 6th inning, still 1 zip, Chan-Ho Park facing Charles Johnson, and Chuck. Looks like he's got himself a little bingo. Gary Sheffield comes up throwing, and Owens having a tough highlight. Out at the plate. Dodgers win by a count of 3-2. Ryan Dempster has lost his last 4 road decisions. Park the win. He's 4-3.
Expos, Giants. 2 out for Sean Green. Lives for vertical off of Matt Clement. 3-run home run for Green, his 7th homer of the year. Dodgers up 4-1. Top of the 4th, 2 on, 2 out for Luis Castillo. On the mound for the Dodgers, Darren Dreifert, looking for his first win since April 11th, is on his way. gets out of the jam. Top 5, 2 on, 2 out again. Marlins down 1. Dryford striking out Derek Lee, the 5th K for Dryford. He's got the skills. Top 8, Terry Adams on the mound. Runners on the corners for Florida, Kevin Millar. That's a simple 6-4-3 double play, and the Dodgers hold on to win as the Marlins leave 9 runners on base. 4-3 of the final. Lowell 1 for 3. Double and 2 runs scored. Mark Grudzielanek, big game for him. He's sort of unheralded for the Dodgers. You don't hear about him enough. He went 2 for 4.
In first place, where they were supposed to be 2 years ago, after they signed Kevin Brown, and last year after they acquired Shawn Green. Dodgers at home to play Atlanta. So far, a Braves new world, but not the kind Atlanta wants. Just 16 and 19 in 5 games out of first. As play begins, Eric Gagne, Brian Jordan, top 6, and Jordan base hit up the middle. Chipper Jones comes in to score, and Atlanta's up by the count of 1-0. The bottom of the 6th, Odalis Perez on the hill for Atlanta, focused. Tom Goodwin at the plate, to right. Jordan, great athlete, track, wall, catch. Still 1-0 Braves. Later, even the LA fans can't catch a break. Watch this. I got it. I got it. I got my glove. I got my glove.
Embarrassing.
I brought my glove to catch the ball, and I dropped the ball. Oh, no. Top of the 8th, 4-0 Braves. Odalis Perez, his first hit of the season, helping his own cause. That drives in a run, and Atlanta goes on to win 5-1. Perez, first career road win in 10 attempts, went 7 2/3. Didn't give up an earned run, struck out 6. Braves improved to 2-2 on their 6-game road trip. Gagne for the Dodgers falls to 0-3 lifetime against the Braves.
So far, due to a botched appendectomy in the Dominican Republic, and he needed surgery to repair that damage. The 21-year-old has hit 20 homers in 2000, while his 5 replacements have managed just 2. Beltre back in action a month ahead of schedule, facing Jason Marquis, making his first career start. Good one. Nasty pitch there to get Beltre swinging. There's Alex Cora. Shot down the line. Rico Brogna, the nice stab to make the play. Kevin Brown cruising as well, facing Andrew Jones. Got him swinging. Brown, 9 Ks on the night. Chipper Jones.
And the inning is over.
Took a little off that one. Into the 9th we go. Still scoreless until that. Gary Sheffield off Matt Whiteside. There's your game winner. Number 11 on the year for Sheffield. It's the Dodgers. 1-0 over the Braves.
Mets and Giants playing in San Francisco.
Maddox decides to intentionally walk Shawn Green in the first. 2-minute board. Green 7 for 12 with 2 homers lifetime against Maddox. That brings up Eric Karros. Fought off the pitch, went the other way. Mark Grudzielanek. Gary Sheffield scored 2-0 Dodgers. It was 3-0 Dodgers when we moved to the top of the 2nd. Luke Prokopek against Brian Jordan. 4th homer of the season for Jordan, 3-1 LA. Prokopek would settle down. The Aussie, top 3 against Andrew Jones and keep the fresh air coming. Top 7, Prokopek gets Keith Lockhart. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks. Dodgers win. Jeff Shaw saved his league-leading 13th game. In 4 of Maddox's last 5 starts, the Braves have scored 1 run per game. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports John Smoltz will make his first start of the season.
Chan Ho Park walking around a little gingerly. He was on base. And no, Vladimir Guerrero at the track reels it back in. Chan Ho on his horse. He gets over to 3rd.
But no, he forgot how many outs there were.
There weren't that many. He got tagged. Double play. Cabrera. Pass Beltre. See, there's our second Cabrera triple. Peter tells you to watch for it. Joel Bear with 1. There's your other one, Orlando. Now, Sheffield has not had a bad year at all in left field. He's been pretty good, actually.
Yeah, well, this ball took a kind of tricky kick to the left off the, looked like off the chalk, and Sheffield was waiting for it to come to him, and while he was waiting, Cabrera says, hey, I'm going to go ahead and test it.
Look at it, they bought that field at a Walmart. Now, Javier Vasquez, Carl, last time through 7 innings, no runs, and here, great at bat here with Gary Sheffield. In and out, just a foul ball.
I mean, he had struggled in his first few starts this season, but now he's starting to get it, fouls that straight back, and then paints him right in the outside corner. Say 16 consecutive scoreless innings for Vasquez.
Sheff again in the ninth. Still 2-zip, hard on the ground. Cabrera, the throw. Yes, Ken.
Can't get enough Cabrera.
So they actually get, do they have Walmarts in Montreal?
Well, they can buy them on the Vermont border. Just go down south to Port St. Johnsbury or someplace.
That was a good one, Peter. 7 innings, 6 hits, and 2 earned runs for Chan Ho Park, and yet he's a loser in this game. Dodgers managed only 2 hits against Vasquez, and I think you said it. He's the only guy.
The second no score, Darren Dreifort. Fans, Vlad Guerrero. 2 batters later, Milton Bradley. Frozen ends the inning. Top of the 5th, Vlad down again. 0 for 3 Ks and 4 at-bats for Guerrero. Next batter, Jose Vidro. Nothing. Milton Bradley, this is not a game, son. Dreifort perfect through 5 2/3 inning. Bottom of the 6th, Expos down 2-0. Dreifort facing Orlando Cabrera after giving up a walk to the pitcher, no less. Rips one down right field. Britt Reams scores, and you hate to walk the pitcher. Breaks up the no-hitter, breaks up the shutout. Expos cut the lead 2-1. 3 batters later, Dreifort facing Guerrero with bases loaded. Rounds to Alex Cora at short to end the inning. He struck out 9, giving up only 1 earned run, 1 hit, 2 walks over 6 innings. Top of the 8th, Sean Green takes Scott Strickland out of the park. 2 on for Green, 3-run shot to Ryan, his 8th of the year. He was 2 for 4. The Dodgers go on to win 7-2. The bullpen in Green's helping Dreifort earn the win. He has thrown 29 strikeouts and only 4 walks in his last 4 starts. Pitching a big key in helping the Dodgers win 5 of their last 7. The team has allowed 3 runs or less in 6 of their last 8. It's the 10th loss in 13 home games for the
Expos. And Eric Gagne, there, his family is there. He's from Montreal. Gagne. Here, Orlando Cabrera, first man he faces. Oh, no. You ever have a thing like that happen to you, Tom?
A few times.
Yeah, maybe once, maybe twice. Lee Stevens rips this on Gagne. Oh, yeah, you got the family there. You want to do well. All right. You threw it before. And Tony Armas Jr. on the other side. Alex Cora puts that through. The blooper. Milton Bradley is up and thrown, and he guns him out. Adrian Beltre gunned down. Bradley, fine throw. Armas Jr. got him. Good call on that. Tony Armas Jr., 7 shutout innings. Gagne allows 2 earned runs in 6 innings, but takes the loss. So you saw the worst of Gagne there, but he actually didn't do too badly. But now the Expos have won 4 out of 5, beating the Dodgers 3-1 is the final score.
To be at his son's high school graduation. Top 3 no score, Mark Gruzalanek taking advantage of Kevin Apier. Or is he? Darren Bragg diving and catching, making up for an 0 for 4 day. Top 4, Sean Green. Drill a solo home run deep to right, his 9th of the season. He had 2 jacks in this game, his 14th career multi-homer contest. Top 7, Dodgers up 3-1. Gary Sheffield breaking out of an 0 for 19 slump with his 5th double of the year. Thomas Goodwin scores, and the Dodgers go on to win 10-2 the final count. Australian Luke Prokopek's first career appearance against the Mets. Solid 6 innings, 4 hits, no walks, and he tied a career high with 7 Ks. Apier lost his 4th straight decision as New York now has the 2nd worst record in the National League.
Gabe tied at 3, 2 men aboard, nobody out. John Franco against Gary Sheffield. Mike Piazza can't control the wild pitch. Marquise Grissom scores. Dodgers take a 4-3 lead. Bottom 8, Mets down 2, 2 men aboard. Terry Adams against Lenny Harris, who has more pinch hits than any other active player. Game tied at 5. Harris gets greedy, tries for 2, and he's meat. Bottom 9, Adams against Shinjo. Desi Relaford scores. Mets win it 6-5. Shinjo said through an interpreter he got the hit because he didn't want the team to miss the plane to Montreal. That wacky Shinjo. Dodgers have dropped 3 of their last 4. Armando Benitez worked a perfect 9th for the victory.
Dodgers 23-16 at Coors. 39 games they've played, 11 times, 10 or more runs have scored, and Nomo's also got a no-hitter for some reason in this thing. Dodgers and Rockies in this one. Walker down the line. Sheffield has problems with it. Nepe, Perez, and Larry score, give Todd a double. Paul Paul LaDuca. Watch this play out in right by Larry Walker. Juan Pierre, 2 out, man on third on the first pitch.
This is an amazing play. Goes to show you never can tell. He drags the bunt with 2 outs, and he beats Dreifert. Now, Dreifert's got the ball in one hand, does not have the ball in his glove. I mean, his hand, if he can get the ball in his bare hand, he could have tagged him out. Could not do so. Juan Pierre, that great speed in that ballpark is so important.
So the Rockies win it 6-3 over the Dodgers, and in doing so, they find themselves now 3 games over 500. Colorado is 22-22. Larry Walker was great play in the field. Didn't cap off a great offensive night. He did have 1 hit in the game, and Darren Dreifert gives up the 4 earned runs, 7 innings, and he struck out 3 in this one. You look at the National League West, Peter, and it looks as if you're going to have 5 teams. We saw Schilling earlier in this one with an outstanding outing. Every team's got some good things. Every team has some things that they'd like to improve on.
Well, they do. I mean, if San Diego keeps getting what it's getting out of Ricky Henderson and Nevin and Klesko, well, maybe they will stay around. But the other 4 teams that were thought to be so good, for instance, the Dodgers, they have got to get more offense. They are they've scored fewer runs on the road than the Rockies, who have the same problem with offense. They really need somebody in that lineup behind Larry Walker and Todd Helton. The Giants have struggled a little bit at a couple of positions, right field, center field, third base. That may work out. I think what they're really worried about is can they get their bullpen straightened out in front of the 2 big guys, Rodriguez and Nan, particularly the left-handers. And then you go down to Arizona. I've actually been amazed at what they've done with Matt Manti out. They never really lost any stability. They've done a great job with 2 kids in the bullpen. The one question you have there about the flaw, will age catch up to them? Thus far, it hasn't happened. Thus far, they've stayed right in it.
Well, and they have a good manager out there who clearly gets along with his players. You don't know.
Here we go to Coors Field to see exactly what will happen. Kevin Brown back on the hill for the Dodgers, and this is the first batter of the game, Paul DeLuca for the Dodgers off Pedro Estacio, the former Dodger. High, deep, and gone to right. 1-0 LA. Top of the 7th, it's just 2-0. Alex Cora runners on the corners, and Cora to left. Greg Norton, a third baseman by trade, should stay there. Falls down trying to make the play. Sheff scores along with Dave Hansen. The relay will cut down Cora at third, but by that time the damage is done. A 2-0 lead becomes a 4-0 lead. Bottom of the 7th. Look at this. Mike Fetters with the old fake to third, throw to first, and almost has the guy picked. Instead, he throws it away. Terry Shumpert scores. Adam Melhuse moves to third. Dodgers lead is down to 1. Fetters now facing Nafi Perez, who had a chance to tie it up, but he swings and misses and gets nothing. Fetters gets out of the jam. Bottom of the 9th. Rockies with a tying run at the plate. Down by 2, and Larry Walker, sharp grounder to the right. Grutzelanek with a nice diving stop gets Walker at first, and the Dodgers get the win 6-4 the final. So Kevin Brown, you remember his last outing against the Mets, pounded for 5 runs in 9 hits in 4 innings. This time he settles down.
Angeles Chan Ho looking for his 5th win. Top 5 facing Richard Hidalgo, and look at him paint the outside corner. Sit down. Next batter, Vinny Castilla, and Park brings the heat. Chan Ho Park struck out 10 and 7 2/3, allowed 1 run on 5 hits. Bottom 6, man on second, Wade Miller facing Shawn Green. And that's a 2-run homer. Miller tagged for 4 runs on 9 hits in 7 innings. Green's 11th makes it 4-0 Dodgers. Top 7, Park facing Moises Alou. Alex Cora knocks it down. Paul LaDuca comes up with a stretch, and the Dodgers breeze by the Astros 4-1. Houston's 5th straight loss. Jeff Shaw, his 15th save in 16 attempts. That leads the National League. However, the Dodgers Friday placed Eric Karros on the 15-day DL with a lower back sprain. Also, Gary Sheffield did not start this game after severely spraining his left index finger on Thursday. Sheffield may have to go on the DL as well.
LPGA left index finger, sitting out for at least a week. LA at home against Houston. Early on, the Dodgers playing the D. Craig Biggio hits it to short. Alex Cora smothers, gets up and throws to get the out. In the bottom of the 3rd, the game still scoreless. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Marquise Grissom taking Shane Reynolds deep to right center field. It goes and gone. 3-0 Los Angeles. The Dodgers continue to play the good D behind starter Luke Prokopec. Moises Alou to deep right. Tom Goodwin on the run to the warning track, and he leaps. Watch Goodwin bring it down. An amazing catch at the wall.
2-1.
And it's a 4-1 ball game. Bottom of the 8th, Grissom again. This time with 1 runner on off Nelson Cruz, his 2nd home run of the game, and the Dodgers go on to the 7-2 win over the Astros. The 23-year-old Australian, Luke Prokopec, finishes one out shy of his first career complete game. Still, he improves to 6-1. He's allowed a total of 4 runs in his last 3 starts. LA's won 12 of its last 14 at home.
On for Adrian Beltre facing Roy Oswalt. Dodgers down 4-2 until Beltre getting his hit on. Scores Mark Grizzolinic. Beltre's 6th RBI this year. Dodgers pulled within 4-3. Next batter, Octavio Dotel pitching to Marquise Grissom. And watch Lance Berkman. He leads the league with a .480 on-base percentage. He had hit leadoff for the first time in his career in this game. He had his 5th career multi-homer game, and he flubbed it. First error in 45 games this year in the outfield for Berkman. He accounted for all 4 Astro RBI, but he lost the game for him 5-4. Astros lose for the 7th straight time, their longest skid since last May. Dodgers get their first 3-game sweep of the Stros since '94. Darren Dreifert had a wild one, a season-high 9 Ks, a season-high 5 walks. He also got his 2nd RBI of the season with the...
Sheffield didn't play more on him later. Visiting Colorado, well, they were trying not to let them. Bottom 6, 8-4 rocks Paul LaDuca off Pedro Estacio, and that would be a 3-run homer. LaDuca's 4th hit of the game. He wasn't done. In the 8th, 10-9 game, he delivers an RBI single. We're tied at 10. LaDuca now 5 for 5 in the contest. We go to the 11th, LaDuca, a 6th hit off Ron Vallone. Yep, little bingo there. First Dodger with a 6-hit game since Willie Davis in '73. Bases loaded in the 11th, Shawn Green. He had himself a day, too. 4 for 6 with 3 RBI. Guess who scored the winning run? LaDuca. Dodgers win it 11-10 in 11. LaDuca, the first major leaguer to go 6 for 6 in a game since Edgardo Alfonso in August of '99. 5 singles and the 3-run jack. And he's also a hearty 11 for 15 in his last 3 games and 14 of 28 since taking over the leadoff spot 5 games ago. Not pictured, Todd Helton, first career grand slam. Dodgers without Gary Sheffield again, and they're going to continue that way. Sheff placed on the 15-day DL with a torn ligament in the finger of his glove hand. That's why he was just sitting in the dugout. Suffered the injury back on April 25th when he threw out 2 runners. He'll be eligible to come back June 6th.
Monday night at Fenway.
Good period at the end of the Dodgers' 5-game winning streak Tuesday. Trying again. Chano Park was going to lay it down, then swings away, and Chad Kreuter safe at 2nd. Still bottom 3rd, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Jeff Rebele grounds to Perez, and now they got Park hung up, but he's a bright guy. He's going to kill some time in the hot box. Lets Chad Kreuter score and gets Rebele to 2nd. Now finally, bases full. You got to go 1-zip LA. But the next batter, Mark Grizzolinic. This is where it pays off. Rebele at 2nd. Grizzolinic goes the other way and stay fair and go into the seat. So it's a ground rule double. 2 bases for our man Rebele. 3rd and home, 2-zip LA, and they win it by a count of 4-1. They've won 9 of their last 11 games at home. Shawn Green continues to hit it well as of late. 2 of 4, 2 RBIs. Mike Hampton only his 2nd loss in his last 11 decisions dating back to last season. Cubs and Reds. Cubs going heel of the glove. Alex Cora. Forget about it.
If you don't catch that ball on the first hop there and you get that short hop, that is a really tough play.
2 outs, bagpipes on 2nd. Richard Hidalgo hard on the ground and through. This brings home Bagwell. It's 2-2. Top 3, 2 down. Men are on the corners. It's now 4-4. Watch Brad Ausmus.
Great pitch to throw on, up in the zone. Runner is screened by the left-handed batter. Brad Ausmus with such a quick release.
Hey, watch the batter get his way too, Mike.
Well, it does, but the batter clears himself and ducks for him, gives him a free lane to throw on, but the runner can't really see him when he first starts out. Nice tag behind the back.
Luke Prokopec, don't go there. Vinny Castilla's back. You could never sneak the cheese past the mouse, so it ain't happening here. Castilla's 7th straight hit. Osmus on 3rd, up 6-4, Prokopec. He got spiked. Astros up 7-4, it is a balk. And Osmus touches home. Top 7, 1 out there loaded. Dodgers down 3. Nelson Cruz, Mark Grudzielanek is up. Bases are loaded. Bada bing! Grand slam! 8th home run of the season. The Dodgers now lead it 8-7. This one ain't over, folks. We're at home run. Bottom 7, 2 down. Man on 1st and 2nd, Matt Hergis. Biggio. Hergis is straight up, right up there. No, Tom Goodman can't get there. Hidalgo's in. Shawn Green's throw. Orlando Merced done. And he is out. Astros down 9-8. Moisture. Beltre. Second. Cruz airmails it. Oh. Look at Alou. He committed to go to second base.
You're allowed to run back in fair territory, but the second that you make any movement towards second, you're fair game, and that's why he was out.
Look out. Mike Fetters to Richard Hidalgo. Ball game. Boston 45, people. Check the buffet. Astros win at 10-9. They're doing the rally monkey dance at home. That's contagious.
Pounding on him.
Where's Dustin Hoffman? It's an outbreak. 10-9, the Astros over the Dodgers. Hidalgo 4 for 5. 3 RBIs now with 36 on the season. These are the games that the Dodgers have been winning. They've been in more one-run games than any team in baseball so far this season. Let's get
up 3-2, and Eric Gagne pulling an old fake to third, throw to first, and he does get Julio Lugo picked up, but the guy on third, Craig Biggio, scores, and that unsettles Eric Gagne, Harold.
The reason that happened, watch Gagne is on the move. Well, we're not going to show that again. We're going to show Bagwell. Next batter, he gives up Bagwell up there. Bagwell drives one about 425 feet out there, not able to get out of the ballpark. And then he hits Berkman, comes back, and Lou gets a pitch out over the plate. So, yeah, he did lose his focus on what he was trying to do, and a little breaking ball backs up. Got ugly for him a little bit there, Rich.
Vinny Castilla hits the grand slam. Hidalgo got plunked to load the bases. Second homer of the game for Castilla, who's been on fire since the Devil Rays released him. And the bottom of the fifth, Moises Salou sends one deep to left, but Marquise Grissom, you want me on that wall, you need me on that scoreboard. Nice match. That will be a record.
Absolutely.
Top of the ninth, Dodgers come all the way back to tie the game, and Billy Wagner, something wrong with him. The team says he's got a strained pitching elbow. He'll have an MRI Monday, and then with Octavio Dotel in the game, Tim Bolgar in the top of the 10th rips one out deep and gone.
7 home runs last year for the Astros, and they didn't re-sign him. It's nice to go back and go ahead and put one against him. I think he's not feeling good.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. It's Tim Bolgar's home run is the first hit of his career as a Dodger. The Dodgers playing their Major League leading 25th one-run game. Astros only the 5th team to lose after holding a 5-run lead. This year it happened 62 times last year. Inside E, that Sean Green had a heck of a series. 5 RBI, 5 hits. That's a pretty good ratio. The bullpen did its job, and Vinny Castilla and Biggio have combined 11 for 24. When we come back on baseball tonight, we're going to go out west. The G-Man, Mason John.
Also coming off that 18-inning game, he pitched the first 6 and was scoreless. How about that help?
Oh, that's a great, because that ball goes down in the right field corner. It is a triple. Watch Grace's great reaction on him.
Well, it makes that really nice, too, as he's playing in, trying to take away the bunt.
Reynoso, Marquise Grissom, and you hang him, and we will bang him. Marquise Grissom's 11th home run this year.
If he's not the surprise player in baseball, who is?
Brett Boone. Top 3, same score, Reynoso. Sean Green, 2-on. Hey, Pappy! 3-run shot to right. Green's 14th home run of the year. It's 4-0 Dodgers. Later in the third, they've been waiting to see this, Peter. Adrian Beltre.
Well, he will get going as it goes along. He's still 5-8 pounds away from his playing weight, but that's a great sight.
4th home run this season. In between innings, Chan-Ho Park felt some pain in his lower back. This could be devastating. But he stays in the game, and then he gets some help from Tommy Goodwin.
Well, sometimes you got to have somebody climb on your back, help you out. Womack just hits a bullet to center. But look at the jump Goodwin makes, sliding on his, what? On his back.
On his back. No hitter through 3 for Park. Geraldo Guzman facing Goodwin. Lift, off, 2-run home run. Goodwin's 3rd of the season. How often do you see it, Harold? In the bottom of the 3rd, you make a great defensive play. In the 4th, you go yard.
Get up to the plate.
Park cruise control. And Peter, they needed a good start out of him.
Well, they do, absolutely. With Kevin Brown on the disabled list, the bullpen was eaten up. Adams starting later this week. They needed him to go deep into this game and save the staff.
Finley. Fishing.
That's a nasty hook.
Breaking ball. Harold, his breaking ball has been getting better and better. Don't forget, he will be the youngest prime pitcher going into the free agent market at the end of the year.
Sean Green's got 3 homers in 4 games, 14 ribeyes in his last 7. Armando Reynoso, 5 runs on 7 hits over 3 innings.
Diamondbacks out. That's the pitcher, Robert Ellis, the starter off the plate, and look at that. He comes out of it with a nice shiner. Bottom 6, Mark Grace at the plate, and Gracie, the first guy ever to hit one in the pool at Bank One Ballpark, just misses, rinsing another one, but it's still his 9th of the season, 4-3 D-back. Top 8 faces Chuck, Jeff Rebele facing Greg Swindell, and Rebele, that's going to go some. Louis Gonzalez can't get to it. Steve Finley can't get to it. All 3 Dodger runners will score in that one. It's just a big old merry-go-round. Damage is done there. Even though Rebele will give him a double thrown out at 3rd, and the Bums win it by a count of 6-5. Gracie 2 for 4 extends his hitting streak to 14 games. Terry Adams allowed 3 runs in 4 2/3 innings. It was his first career major league start, subbing for Kevin Brown. This after 363 relief appearances. The Dodgers have lost 11 of 16 on the road, so they needed the win.
Backs had seen enough, so they trotted out the big fella. Not the big unit, mind you, just the big fella. I'm talking about Curt Schilling, because with Arizona's lead in the NL West down to 1 game over Los Angeles, the look on his face before the contest said, I intend to loom large. Oh, yeah, tough guy, tough pitcher. My, oh, my. Bottom of the 1st, no score, and Jay Bell takes this Luke Prokopek pitch to left field. Bell's 9th home run of the season. You're a Diamondbacks fan, well, dropping the hammer, it's 1 love. Top of the 5th, Schilling more than handling his business. Marquise Grissom. We call this a Kodak moment. You take a picture, you go study. And then Dave Hansen, at least he swung the bat, and so did Jeff Rebele. Schilling just pitched his keister off. It's 2-0 D-backs. Bottom of the 5th, same score. Mark Grace looking to extend his hitting streak. Oh, yeah, RBI double to right. Make that 15 games for him. It's 3-0 at that point. Bottom of the 6th, same score. Damian Miller, also of a Prokopek, deep to dead center field. Solo shot. Oh, yes. But what an outing for Schilling, as he fired a complete Game 6 hitter and struck out 8 in becoming the first 10-game winner in the major leagues. He also tossed his major league leading 4th complete game of the season. How about the Padres?
Three-way series scoreless in the 2nd inning. Men in the corners. David Eckstein with the shot to center. Marquise Grissom on the run and making a fine catch. Top of the 4th now, 1-0 Dodgers. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Eckstein will drive one deep to left center field. Grissom won't get to that one. Adam Kennedy scores. Eckstein is safe at 2nd base. Ramon Ortiz heads home. He missed the plate. Chad Kreuter's going to tag Ortiz for the out. This game is tied at 1. A little circus act at home plate. All right, you're out. All right, now you're out. Bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. Bases loaded. Mark Grudzielanek comes through, taking Ben Weber to right for the game winner. The Dodgers win it. 2 close games in this series. 2-1 the final.
Diamondbacks and the Royals, 2nd inning.
Not anymore. A 2-run home run. Erstad's 5th home run of the year. He was 3 for 4. He's hitting .289. We're tied at 5. We're in the bottom of the 9th. No outs. Runner on first. Mark Grudzielanek, who did extend his hitting streak to 12 games, pops it up there. And Darren Erstad is a pop star. What a great catch by Darren Erstad. Extras, here we go. Top of the 10th. Oh, Garrett Anderson. Off of Eric Gagne. His 9th of the year, and that was the difference. But that's nothing unusual for Garrett Anderson. This marked the 2nd time in 3 days that his home run was the difference for the Angels. Troy Percival with his